Hello students. So today through this video I will be discussing about some important topics of class 12 biology, and this video it will be helpful for all board students like TBSC, CBSC or ISC board students. So in this video today mainly I am going to focus on unit 1. The unit 1 is actually the reproductive physiological unit, and in this unit there are four chapters are present. Okay, so what are the main topics you need to cover in these four chapters which is present in this reproduction unit? So in this video I will discuss about that. So let's begin. So the name of the unit is reproduction unit. Okay, reproductive biology or reproduction. This is the first unit for class 12 biology, and in this unit there are four chapters are present. Chapter number 1, reproduction in organisms. Chapter number 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Chapter number 3, human reproduction. And chapter number 4, reproductive health. So chapter wise I will discuss about the topics, okay, about the important topics which you need to cover for preparing class 12 biology board exam. So chapter 1, in this chapter the main important topics you need to read, like what do you mean by reproduction, what are the main types of reproduction, okay, what is the definition of asexual reproduction, and also you need to read about the different types of asexual reproduction with their proper explanation and examples. Then the definition of lifespan, and also you need to know the lifespan of few organisms. Then the difference between the binary and the multiple fission with examples. Then what do you mean by vegetative reproduction, and some natural and artificial vegetative reproductive method. Then the terror of Bengal, which organism is called so and why it is called so. Uh, what is sexual reproduction, and write about the different phases of life cycle. Name some vegetative propagules, that means the structures which is helping in the structures which are helping in vegetative reproduction. Then some unusual flowering phenomena in plants. Then also you need to read about the differences like monocarpic and polycarpic plants, seasonal and continuous breeders with examples. Then menstrual and estrous cycle. Then name and explain pre-fertilization events like gametogenesis and gamete transfer. Then what do you mean by fertilization? Name and explain the different types of fertilization. Then explain the post-fertilization events like formation of zygote and embryogenesis. Then also you need to read again the difference like monocarpic and polycarpic plants, seasonal and continuous breeders with examples, menstrual and estrous cycle. Okay, then gametogenesis and embryogenesis, zoospore and zygote. I think few already I have discussed here up to point number 3 of difference. You can see monocarpic, polycarpic, up to menstrual estrus cycle already it is written. So again, the repetition happened here. So number 4, gametogenesis and embryogenesis, zoospore and zygote, then oviparous and viviparous, and with examples asexual and sexual reproduction, and the difference between the external and internal fertilization. Then you need to read the definition of parthenogenesis, and in which organism such kind of phenomena is mainly found, and what do you mean by plasmotomy, and give examples. So these are the important topics you need to read for preparing class 12 biology from chapter 1. Then come to chapter 2. It is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. The name of this chapter is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So here the important topics are the explanation of the structure of microsporangium, then what do you and then the explanation of microsporogenesis, or explain the development of male gametophyte, that means the pollen grains. Then draw and explain the structure of a mature pollen grain, that means male gametophyte or dissociated microspores. Then explain the structure of megasporangium or ovule. Then explain megasporogenesis, or explain the development of female gametophyte or embryo sac. Draw and explain the structure of female gametophyte or mature embryo sac. Then what is pollination, and name and explain the different kinds of pollination with examples. So different types of pollination like autogamy, clistogamy, xenogamy or allogamy, and chasmogamy. Then write the adaptive or characteristic features of wind, water, and insect pollinated flowers with examples. Then list the advantages of self and cross pollination. Then explain the contrivances or outbreeding devices for preventing self pollination or for favoring the cross pollination. Then explanation of double fertilization and its advantages. Then few definition or explanation you need to read here, like apomixis, polyembryony, amphimixis, parthenocarpy, true and false fruits. Then the illustration of the structure of monocot and dicot seed, mainly for monocot maize grain and for dicot bean seed. Then write the significance of seed and fruit formation. Then difference like true and false fruit difference, apocarpus and syncarpus ovary, microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis, and then lastly male gametophyte and female gametophyte difference. Okay, so these are the important topics from chapter number 2. Then come to chapter number 3, and it is the name of the chapter is human reproduction. So the main topics are: name the primary and secondary or accessory reproductive organs of male and female reproductive system, and also you need to read their functions, their importances. Then draw with proper labeling like LS or longitudinal section of testis, then transverse section of the part of the seminiferous tubules, transverse section of human ovary, structure of sperm, and a mature Graafian follicle. Then explanation of spermatogenesis and oogenesis, then the hormonal control method of spermatogenesis, then explain the structure of mature sperm and mature ovum, then the different phases, their name and their explanation of menstrual cycle, write the hormonal control of cyclic changes of ovaries and uterus during menstrual cycle, then differences between primary and secondary sex organs, leading and Sertoli cell, vasa efferentia and vasa referentia, spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis, spermatogenesis and oogenesis, estrous cycle and menstrual cycle, menarche and menopause, morula and blastula. The next about the physicochemical events of fertilization, then the embryonic development up to blastocyst formation, then the definition of implantation, then the definition of placenta and the important function of placenta, then definition of parturition, what do you mean by lactation and its hormonal control and importances, and lastly the difference between the identical and non-identical twins or monozygotic or and dizygotic twins. So these are all from chapter number 3. Then the last chapter of this unit is chapter number 4, reproductive health. And the main important questions are: what do you mean by reproductive health? Explain about the family planning, MCH, RCH. Write the role of government in controlling population explosion. Name and explain the methods of contraception. Okay, different contraceptive methods are there. Chemical methods, barrier methods, surgical methods. Okay, then explain about the MTP. Okay, then what is infertility and state its reasons, what is ART, assisted reproductive technology, and give the description of different ARTs. And what do you mean by amniocentesis, mention its use, procedure, and drawbacks. Write the causes or the scientific name of that causative agents, symptoms, detection techniques, and methods of prevention of following sexually transmitted diseases like gonorrhea, AIDS, syphilis, genital herpes, chlamydiasis, genital wart, trichomoniasis, hepatitis B, and cancroid. So these are the important topics. These are the important topics which I have discussed here about unit 1. Okay, the name of the unit reproduction unit, and these are that 4 chapters, and here I have discussed the important topics of these 4 chapters. So hope this video will help you for preparing the board exam. Also the topics which I have written, these topics are also same as well. It is important for NEET exam. So if you want to prepare for NEET exam, first you need to think about your board. If you cover most of the topics from the board, that means 60 or 70% already you have covered for your NEET exam. So thank you for watching this video. In the next video, I will give you the important topics for the next unit of class 12 biology. So if you like this channel, please subscribe and share. Thank you.